Yeah, we went offline for a minute.
Well, sometimes when you do door knocking, and if you use a property that just sold or just listed, sometimes it's good to use that seller's name. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith just sold their house around the corner here. I just wanted to let you know if you do that. And they go, oh, yeah, I know John, and they sold their house. It makes makes it more easier for you to communicate with them.
It's rapport. And the same holds true, Ron, when you do an open house. How many times do you see agents that are bitter about spending their Sunday sitting in the house, right? And you have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And, Tony, you have that cup half full person, you have the cup half empty. The cup half empty says, Scott, half the people coming through here are either tire kickers or they already have an agent. What a waste. And the Scotts of the world say, but the other half don't, right? My mission is to find out who doesn't have a commitment to somebody. And when they meet you, why in the world would they ever not want to work with you?
Best way to put it, someone who's not sure if it's worthwhile is you work the commission on one client. You figure an open house is 3 to 5 hours. And if you get 15 people, all it takes is one to make that $15,000 commission, $15,000 for 5 hours. When you weigh the numbers like that, it makes it worth a lot.
Sure, nobody makes that kind of money, right?
Right?
So does anybody in this room here buy leads on Zillow? And what is the cost per connection for the leads that you buy for the actual phone call that goes through?
It was bad enough that I just dropped it down 2 months ago. We were doing about $3,000 a month in spending. We've historically, over the last 3 years, had a strong ROI, but in my case, I do follow up. I've actually closed just this year. I closed the lead I got from Zillow 3 years ago. So I do keep a strong follow up, but now it's shifted. So it wasn't worth the ROI at all.
So
we were going upside down.
Between both of our states where we operate, we're seeing a low of $250 for a live connection. Okay. They can hit you and hang up, but that's a connection. And in our higher priced areas, over $1 million, some of the niche markets, we're paying over $1,000 for them to put through a phone call to me. Now, if you're investing $1,000 just for Zillow to connect the person to you on the phone, what's that value of somebody walking into the open house where you can have a conversation? And it's not even like door knocking where you have to knock on their door. They come to us, right? Now, it's a complete shift in mindset, okay? And if you were to do 40, let's just say you did 4 open houses a month and you took the rest of the week off, you worked on Saturday, you door knocked and said, hey, I'm doing an open house. On Sunday, you held the open house and you called, you can make 6 figures working just weekends. And I guarantee it. Tony, do you think if you worked your butt off on the weekend doing that?
I worked in the weekends. One thing is for sure, the personal contact, it's priceless. People like to see you and they like to know you and like you. So when I had the open houses, people, wow, you're working hard. Now, going back to the door knocking, if I can give some tips to people here, because I did door knocking in the past that I did, and I met a few people that they did door knocking consistently. One of them, it's a Freud Candelario in Ventura, California. I went up door knocking one day with him because that's all he did. He knocked on 300 doors every day. He had 5 zip codes because he hit the same zip codes 2 to 3 times a year. And I asked him, I said, in South Florida, like Colleen was saying, they shoot you. Well, I asked him, I said, Freud, I don't see this area. He said, no, back then, this is in 1996. Back then, the average price there was $300,000, which for California is low. He says, Tony, what you do is, first of all, you dress nice. So they don't know that they don't think that you're going to rob them. Then the next thing you do is that you knock on the door, you ring the bell, and you scream your name. So who is this guy that wants to rob you that he's going to scream his name? Yeah, so that brings down all their, negativity or their scary thinking thoughts. Yeah, and that's how we did. And the people that they were not home, he left just his biography there with some homes in the back that he sold that they were for sale on the door. And he kept going, and he did not go back to the office until he finished those 300 doors, that 300 doors, and he was consistent. The other thing is in this business that we lack is that, to be disciplined and consistently. If you consistently and this you have a discipline to do it. When I came to this country and I started selling in 1983 here in the area, I did not speak much English. My only thing when I knocked on the door was, do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? Do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? And I averaged 8 to 10 houses a month selling. And my broker, he met another guy that he left the business. And he told that guy, he said, this guy, Tony, sells 8 to 10 houses a month. He said, how does he do it? And the broker said to the guy, he said, because he doesn't know the market is bad. He just he just came off the boat.
Nobody gave you the memo.
So it's discipline and now the other thing is that another lady, Karen Bernardi, there in Colorado, she was knocking doors on these multi-million-dollar homes, and one of the lady, she was very rude to her and everything, but she saw that Karen was knocking on this multi-dollar Colorado. She saw that Karen left the house in a limo. So all of a sudden, this owner, this mansion, saw this girl leaving their house and taking a limo to go to the next house. So she got curious and she called Karen to find out who Karen was. And so suddenly she apologized to Karen for being so rude to her at the door. And Karen, of course, yeah, she said, no, it's me to apologize to you because you were not expecting me. Who do you didn't know who was knocking on doors. So I understand. And that's how she created a relationship. And she got the listing from the lady when she was ready to sell the property.
So, hey, thank you for sharing it. And I want to add a couple of things. We're getting to the overtime session here. We'll go a couple of minutes over, but in terms of when you knock on a door and whether you find a mean person or a friendly person, I'm going to go on record and on camera here saying that whether that person is nice or nasty is 99.9% to do with us and 0.001% with them. Because like when I started, I'm a spreadsheet person. Fazio is like gonna be like, yeah, he just wrapped a little too tight. And I had to try to figure out how many people are nasty, right? And there are people that wouldn't open the door. There are people that would slam the door when I first started, but I had the wrong strategy. I had the wrong approach. But when you come from service, you say, hey, do you know anyone that can help? It could be nasty. You're saying, you know anyone that can help? Even if you're selling something, right? Do you know anyone that I can help? You know anyone I can serve? People will be nice. I mean, the last time I came down, we went from our Boynton Beach office. I'm like all excited about this. I think you were there before we left, right? We go out there and the first door that we knock on, this guy answers the door, big muscle guy, tattoos. He's like, what are you guys doing here? All nasty, right? And I'm like, oh boy, it's not going to go well, right? and we built a little rapport. Hey, I just want to see if you know, I just moved in here 8 months ago. Oh, do you know anyone else looking to move into the neighborhood? It turned out this guy was a DEA agent, right? And at the end of the session, you remember that, Julio? We spoke about it. The guy's like, I'm going to open my garage. Come in. You guys want a cocktail or just a soda or a beverage? Like the guy was so nice after we, built rapport, but he was so guarded when we knocked at that door. And that's what I'm talking about. It has everything to do with us. Like if we power and walk away, okay, shame on us, right? But if we just say, hey, I'm just wanted to see if I can help you. You just moved in here. Congratulations. Anyone else looking to move into the neighborhood? Hey, how about at the DEA? Anyone else looking to come down from New York to here? You got nothing to lose, folks. Okay.
You just gotta check and see if you appeal to people or you repel. If you repel,
right, but you got to look in the mirror, not say People are bad, Ron. Not doing it anymore. You gotta change your approach.
Yeah, approach, attitude, approach, and expectation.
Correct.
It's just a low percentage of really nasty people when you knock on doors. I mean, of course you have to, like Tony said, you gotta dress the part, and you gotta say the right things when you,
You gotta
That's
smile.
who you are.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, and if you look scared or whatever, it's not gonna go well. But it's a low percentage usually of people that slam the door in your face, so. Yeah.
How many realtors are in Broward County? Who wants to venture a guess?
Well,
Pretty quick,
we have about 20,000 people.
So we have 20,000 people, right? So Tony, where do you live? What town do you live in?
Right here, with one picture.
So with 20,000 agents, you must be getting people knocking on your door nonstop, agents, right?
No.
Tony says no.
They just keep mailing.
Oh, mailing. They mail,
The trash can is right there.
They
Then
mail-
drop off.
and they probably call too, right?
A few of them have called, yeah.
But nobody's taking that
Actually,
highest.
who is more aggressive, which is very, very surprising to me. Who's more aggressive? People they want to buy your home. All of a sudden, we got all these investors. Yeah, do you want to sell your house? Do you want to sell a house? Then they text you, and then they send you postcards. And
Right.
these people here, they just on crack.
So Tony, this is the recipe for an opportunity. Okay, because nobody else is doing it. And you know what? You ever have something in your life that seemed really bad, and then when you look back on it, like that was a really great gift? Can you think about something like that? For me, the first gift I had was 2007 when the market imploded, right? And I got caught flat-footed. And it forced me to figure out how can I help everybody that was, hey, like you sticking around? Great, I'll help you. If you're getting out of the business, I'll pack you, right? That was my mindset. And I think because of that experience, I'm not arrogant, but I'm confident. Like, I don't think this is going to be anywhere near
No,
2007 or 8, right?
2006, 2008, that was done by the government there.
Right, but I do think that we need to, steal a page from Wayne Gretzky and play where the market's going, not where it is. Okay, I think we need to share ideas within ourselves because every market's local, every market's different, and between this group here, like if you were to combine all the knowledge, like this would be like the super real estate professional that nobody could touch if everybody shared knowledge. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't, but I'm just saying like everybody has a certain skill that you're probably amongst the best at. For me, one of the great gifts was Zillow keep raising their damn fee.
I never bought that.
And I'm looking at it, I'm saying I'm paying $1,200 for a phone call and I got 45 people walking through my open house. What am I, stupid? Right?
Me too. We made them realtor.com, the retarded, they Hello, a millionaire to billionaire. And that's really dumb, stupid.
Man, I don't want to retrench the history because we can't change that, Tony.
No, we can't.
But what I'm
we have to do.
But what I'm saying is the fact that, I'm in the game of paying up to $1,000 for Zillow to connect a buyer to one of our agents
Yeah.
tells me that we're completely undermining or underestimating the value of an open house, right? And then the best door knocking in the planet is when, Scott goes around the neighborhood and says, hey, I have a listing 2 blocks away. It's open on Sunday. Do you know anybody who wants to go there? I don't know anybody who wants to go there, but what's it selling for? I was thinking about selling my house. That's how those conversations go. Have you ever door knocked, Scott? Have you ever had that conversation?
The other thing that they want to know now, because this is the great opportunity there, because we had also a nice lady, Cheryl, and she used to work with us down the street of this office here. In 1990 was the Remax office, most doctors in all Florida. And this lady here, she had because she could not take that much sun, she had a big hat and in the afternoon, between 4 and 6 or 7 before it got dark, that's all she did. Knocking on the doors and was picking up listing left and right.
The hat lady,
Yeah. I mean, she was skinny and that I asked her, how do you get all these? And she was telling me that every day between 4 and 6 or 7 o'clock, that's all she did, knock on door.
So for everybody online, I'm going to wrap it up now. And for everybody here in person, I'll stick around and we can chat a little bit more. But thanks for investing an hour on your Friday morning, and have a productive, fantastic weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.